So, Google just pulled the trigger on something that might completely redefine how we use the internet. Chrome, the browser that already dominates the market, isn't just a browser anymore. It's being rebuilt from the ground up as an AI system, with Gemini woven into every part of the experience. And Google isn't downplaying this. They're calling it the biggest upgrade in Chrome's history. That's a bold claim. But when you look at what's happening under the hood, context awareness, real-time page processing, scam blocking, and even an AI agent that can quietly run tasks for you, it's hard not to feel like this is a turning point. But here's the question. Is this the beginning of a smarter, safer internet? Or the start of something we might regret later? Let's unpack it. To understand why this matters, let's rewind. Chrome launched back in 2008, when browsers were clunky, slow, and overloaded. Internet Explorer was king, but it was bloated. Firefox had momentum, but lacked mass adoption. Then Chrome arrived, fast, clean, minimal, and instantly shifted the game. Google's strategy was brilliant. Chrome wasn't just a product, it was a funnel. Every download nudged users to set Google search as default, and that single move cemented Google's dominance in search for over a decade. Chrome became more than a browser, it was the front door to the web, and Google controlled the lock. Now, fast forward to today. AI is the new battleground, and once again, Google is using Chrome not as a product, but as a gateway. Only this time, the funnel isn't for search, it's for Gemini. The centerpiece here is Gemini, Google's flagship AI model. Just a year ago, Gemini was a premium feature, hidden behind a paywall. Today, if you're on Chrome in the United States, speaking English, running Mac or Windows, Gemini is simply there, built into your browser. No subscription, no setup. And mobile won't be left behind. On Android, holding down the power button will summon Gemini instantly. On iOS, it's being baked into the Chrome app itself. This isn't an experiment. Google is putting its most powerful AI directly in the hands of the billions of people who already use Chrome. So what does this look like in practice? It's not about asking trivia questions or generating random poems. Gemini in Chrome is designed to understand context. If you're on a page, it can read and summarize it. If you have multiple tabs open, it can compare them. And here's where it gets wild. It can even recall sites you visited days ago without you digging through history. Imagine this. You were browsing Walnut desks last week, closed the tab, forgot the site. Normally, you'd scroll through your history. Now you just ask, "Hey Gemini, what was the Walnut desk site I saw last Thursday?" Imagine this. You were browsing Walnut desks last week, closed the tab, forgot the site. Normally, you'd scroll through your history. Now you just ask, "Hey Gemini, what was the Walnut desk site I saw last Thursday?" And Chrome brings it back instantly. But Gemini's reach doesn't stop at your tabs. It connects across Google's entire ecosystem. You can jump directly to a specific timestamp in a YouTube video, add an event to your calendar, or pull directions from maps, all without leaving the page you're on. Browsing doesn't feel like hopping between apps anymore. It feels like one connected conversation. Google is calling this the most fundamental redesign of Chrome since its launch. And the most visible change? Something called AI mode in the Omnibox. That's Chrome's address bar. Instead of short keywords or URLs, you can now type full, complex questions. On a shopping page, Gemini can summarize what you're seeing and even suggest follow-ups like, "What's the warranty?" Or, "How does the battery life compare?" Take a look.
All right, I'm here with another quick tip. that's really helpful if you're a Google user. So in the Google suite of tools, Google has its own AI tool called Gemini, and that's really the one that is helpful to use in the education context because it's a little bit safer than some of the others that are out there in terms of data privacy. And now you can easily look up anything using Gemini or have it start on a project for you from your Chrome Omnibox. So the Omnibox in Chrome is the search bar at the top of your screen or the URL bar. And what you'll do is you'll do the @ symbol and start typing Gemini and it pops up. And now instead of just searching Google, we are asking Gemini. So I'm going to say, create a 5-question exit ticket on ancient Mesopotamia for 7th grade social studies students. And here we go. Once I click enter, it's going to think here for a second. And now it's like I just started that prompt in Gemini. So it saved me a step of going to the website, opens it for me, and now it's already making those exit ticket questions for me. And then from there, I can copy this, paste it in Google Doc, export it into Gmail, export it into Google Doc if I need to, and then continue to edit and refine it. So just a little helpful hint here, if you're using Gemini or want an AI assistant that's pretty easy access, your Chrome Omnibox is the way to do it.
And all of that happens without breaking your flow. You stay in the page. You stay in context. It feels less like searching and more like talking to the web. For years, Chrome has been Google's search machine. Every install fed data and traffic back into Google Search, keeping it untouchable. But AI has shifted the landscape. People don't just want to search anymore. They want answers, tasks, summaries. OpenAI has ChatGPT. Microsoft has Copilot wired into Windows and Edge. Anthropic is pushing Claude into browsers. Apple is testing AI Lite through Safari with Apple Intelligence. Google cannot afford for Chrome, the most used browser in the world, to just sit there as a dumb window. By baking Gemini into Chrome, Google ensures that the browser itself becomes the entry point into its AI ecosystem. Think about that positioning. If Chrome becomes the default AI browser, Gemini becomes the first AI billions of people ever use. That's power. But Google isn't stopping at context awareness. The next big step is something they call AIC browsing. This is where Gemini acts as a true AI agent, not just an assistant. Instead of giving you answers, it actually performs tasks in the background. Picture this. You're working in Chrome, and meanwhile, Gemini is booking your haircut, filling up your grocery cart from a list in your email, or drafting a message you need to send, all while you keep browsing. The important part? It won't push through irreversible actions on its own. No random orders, no sending emails without your say-so. It's designed to be helpful, but not reckless. And here's a detail that's easy to miss. Google has been quietly building an agentic payments protocol, AP2, which could one day allow pre-authorized transactions by AI agents. That's not live yet, but the direction is clear. We're moving towards browsers that don't just show the web, they act on it for you. With all this automation, security becomes critical. Chrome already had safe browsing, but now Gemini Nano, a lighter embedded model, lives directly inside the browser. Its job is simple: spot scams before they even appear. Fake pop-ups, bogus virus alerts, sketchy giveaways, all stopped at the door. On Android alone, Google claims this setup blocks around 3 billion scammy notifications per day. That's not just incremental improvement, that's AI as a shield. Passwords are also smarter. Instead of just warning you when your credentials are compromised, Chrome now acts as a password agent. On supported sites like Spotify, Duolingo, H&M, and Coursera, you can reset a password in one click. Chrome does the legwork. Google is betting that Chrome can repeat the same playbook it used in 2008. Back then, it funneled people into search. Now it's funneling them into Gemini. If it works, Chrome becomes the AI browser, Gemini becomes the default AI. But it's not without risk. Chrome is already under antitrust scrutiny in the US. Some regulators even suggested Google might have to divest Chrome to break its search monopoly. That didn't happen, but the pressure is there. Adding AI this deeply into Chrome could spark a whole new round of questions about monopoly power and data privacy. And then there's the user side. Some people will see this as magical. Fewer clicks, less hassle, more protection. Others will see it as invasive. Your browser predicting what you want, remembering what you did, and quietly working in the background. So where is this heading? Let's look 5 years out. Right now, Chrome is positioning itself as the AI browser. Microsoft is trying the same thing with Edge and Copilot, but Edge has always struggled with adoption. Apple is rolling out Apple Intelligence in Safari, but in a very Apple way. Cautious, controlled, privacy-heavy. The real race is about who controls the gateway. Not just the AI model, but the interface through which billions of people access the web. If Chrome succeeds, Gemini isn't just another chatbot. It becomes the default layer of the internet experience. And imagine where that leads. Browsers that don't just summarize pages, but negotiate prices for you, manage your subscriptions, filter scams in real time, and maybe even automate your online life entirely. Browsers that stop being where you type a URL and start being where your AI lives. That's the future Google is betting on. So here's the big question. Are we looking at the dawn of a smarter, safer, AI-powered internet? Or are we watching Google quietly take control of the web all over again, just this time with AI at the center? Personally, I think it's both exciting and a little unsettling. But what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious whether you see this as progress or something to be cautious about. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.